Checkout tracking by the NPD Group brings you a receipt collecting system that gathers data anonymously through technology we created, providing your businesses with answers.
Thanks a lot, everyone. I'm really glad I'm seeing all your faces here that I talked during all these days of Casual Connect. Like I always say to my boss, it was really difficult to see if everyone was here in the last session. So today I'm going to talk about a little bit about our studio did in the last 6 months, developing 2 projects in VR. And just a little bit about me. I work in the last 8 years developing games for mobile, mostly work for hire. Then as a game designer. Then in this year I moved to Black River Studios, and now I'm working as a producer, take care of this team that's developing these games for VR. So, who we are? We are a bunch of guys. There's a lot of guys in this picture, but we have more women. They are not in this photo because they are doing another stuff. So this team is really great, and we are in Brazil, in the middle of the jungle. I don't know if you know Manaus. Probably most know Amazon forest or rainforest. So we are in the north of Brazil, and we are actually R&D from Samsung. So we develop these games for them. And we are trying to build this new studio in Brazil, and we have actually less than 2 years. So my mission when I arrived there was to develop these games for Gear VR with a small team, and I had 6 months. When I arrived there, I found this art demo called Rococo. I showed for some of you already in the event. And another one was a port from a smartphone project. And sadly, I can't talk much about this other project, but the art demo, we tried to move a VR experience. And this port, mostly a VR game demo. We call them Rococo and Project Patchwork. So, what is Rococo? Rococo started as this art style, unique experience that our art director tried to find to make something different in VR, because in the beginning, most of VR games are about space and shooting something. So we try to avoid that, to bring something unique. So everything starts as a VR mystery murder. So you are in this party. Then something happens to you, and you need to find your murderer. But in the beginning, it was just a small experience, almost like a video. So in 2 months, we developed this most updated version that after, if you guys want to play, you can already move as a spirit, read the thoughts of people, and try to find who murdered you. And the other project is Project Patchwork. He's the main project of our company. He's like a Pokemon Snap game. I don't know if you guys played in Nintendo 64. So the main version is for a smartphone. Then we received this project to port for VR. So we found a lot of interesting things about it, because in VR you can't just make a port of a smartphone game. You need to bring something unique. Then, like I told you, we are developing these games for Samsung Gear VR. How many of you already tested? I think it's great. For someone who don't test it, please ask me later. I can show you guys. And the greatest part of Samsung Gear VR, because it's totally mobile, you can get your smartphone, put in this gear, and then you already can play. There is no cables, or you don't need a huge PC to play everything. So for me, it's really good, because I use it to work for mobile, so it makes a lot of sense to work in something like that. And like I told you, we are the second team, like the small team. So I work only with 3 engineers, 1 UI UX designer, and 1 game designer. for only few times we had this extra resource to help building our projects. I'm going to show you later most of it. And now I want to share with you guys what we learned during these 6 months. The challenges was, we tried to find this AAA art for VR. We tried a lot of unique visuals. We tried everything we could to make the gadgets functionally properly, because when you try to build a game with high resolution graphics, most of the time the gadget will warm up, will become hot, so you need to optimize a lot. You need to do a lot of engineer tricks to make everything working. We tried everything we could to make no latency the game, because this breaks all the experience on VR. Other friends here already told that. And if you are trying to build something VR, you need to build at least something 60 FPS. And we try to bring something fun to put the immersion on these VR projects. The first thing, of course, was motion sickness. It's the basic one that appears when you try it for the first time in VR. Mostly of the first demos for VR was like a roller coaster or something like that. And everyone in the team felt that that's not the type of game we wanted to do. That's not that type of game that people will like to interact. So we try to build these games where the player look and he makes the decision to move or not, and not the things moving and make the people feel sick. Claustrophobia. This came with a lot of tests. This was actually funny because the team was not so worried about see this interface really near you. Everyone thought this really interesting, but when we started to do tests, people felt claustrophobic seeing all these screens really big in front of you. So we started to make these changes, and people felt more immersive in the relaxed. This is really important for VR, to make the people feel relaxed. So one of our UI UX guys, actually girl, Gabi, she made a lot of prototypes and tests with a lot of people till we find this solution to make a proper interface for our VR projects. Player getting lost. This one was really another play test found that we made. We test a lot of types of we test a lot of interactions to see how the player will interact with the interface, and we found that without proper feedback, or he's not going to understand what he's going to IM his eyes. So we came with this solution that make colliders a little bigger. So when the player is moving for a button, even if it's not looking for the same size of the button will give feedback. So this will make you feel him not lost. And this is for level design as well. We always need to show for the player where he's going, because it's really easy to be lost in the VR experience. Like I told you before, the 60 FPS. When we started these projects, they are running 30 FPS, I think. So most of the people break the experience really quickly. So we tried everything we could to optimize the game. I don't know if you guys use Unity here, but they have the profile that helps a lot to find what's the problem in your game. Then you need to optimize the graphics, the texture of your game. And there's a lot of engineering tricking. I'm not the specialist in that because my background is game design, but our engineers are really magic. These guys make a lot of hard work to make everything really smoothly. And this one here is really cool, actually. In the first build of Rococo, it was just a watch and see experience. Then we sent the build with our team for Unite Europe, that was in Amsterdam. few months ago. Everyone loved it, the experience, but everyone asked, oh, when I'm going to interact? Why I'm not interacting? So after Unite Europe, we started to make a proper game with Rococo. And this was quite cool to hear from everyone here in Casual Connect as well. People really enjoyed this new experience where you interact with the game. Another interesting thing, when we were asked to make this port from a smartphone, I had these fights with our creative director because he just wanted to make some things from smartphone to VR, but I told him that we need to make different because VR is really, really unique. So after some time, like some weeks, we made just a core experience, Pokemon Snap. We just take some pictures, and we don't have a lot of features. He saw it, and, oh, okay, you guys are really in a good way. So when someone's trying to getting something from a smartphone or console, you really need to think in VR as a unique experience. You really need to think that it's totally different. You need to put the player inside the game, and he's not going to act like playing with a joystick or something like that. Try to make him to have this experience only VR. That's the good part of it. That's why he's so unique. And now I'm going to show you for you guys our latest version of Rococo. It's really quickly. So after it started as a art build, we turned this in a mystery murder game. So you got shot in a party. Now you need to find who murdered you. You need to read the thoughts of the people, and everyone hates you in this party. So that's the interesting part of what we are trying to build. Your spirit is trapped between hell and heaven, and you have 2 minutes to find who killed you. Maybe. So this was a short video. Like everyone say, it's better to experience than it's just an example. And the other project, sadly, I can't say too much because my boss is here and he's probably gonna kill me. So I really hope in September or October we are trying to release this game. And if you are a Pokemon fan, you're probably going to love this game because we are doing something amazing. So expect something really near that time. And in conclusion, there is a lot of things to still experiment. It was really interesting to do this talk after the last panel because the guys, I felt they are really they're not trusty yet, this technology, but it's something new. You can already have the answers in the beginning. Maybe VR can turn something really, really great or not, but I think we have space to do a lot of innovation. So if you want to try to develop something VR, you should, because it's not hard. There's a lot of engines that you can do something. And the great part is that it's something really, really unique. You need to think outside of the box, forget your experience with consoles, mobile, and try to bring something new. And like I said, there's a lot of challenges, but I'm really glad I came to Casual Connect because I already shared a lot of knowledge with a lot of other teams. And from what I'm seeing, who is trying to develop VR, is making this community that's helping each other to find who's going to make the next great game. But I think everyone will do a great game. So that's it. I talked a little fast, so.
We have a few minutes. Any questions?
Just to explain, we are the studios, Black River Studios, but we work in R&D for Samsung. So we develop for them, but we are not Samsung.
All right, no
Any
questions?
No?
Hi, Ed. I demoed the game earlier, and I really enjoyed it and the art style. But I just wanted to ask, so, you know, a lot of the indies that I've talked to right now, they are working with you know, like the Vive with HTC or with Samsung. Do you think there's room right now for developers who aren't partnering with some of the hardware manufacturers and people who want to make sure that, you know, this stuff gets a little traction?
I think there is a lot of room because now the engines are so easy to start something that the developers, the indie developers, can build something to try to sell for these huge companies, or even to pitch or make a Kickstarter or something like that. But how we are seeing, there is a lot of these gadgets, and they are really in a space that you can try to invest. Like the cardboard in Google is a good entry. The Gears, the mobile one, and the HTC, the Oculus are the high ones. So depends of the budget of these teams. They can try something to start, you know. So for me, there is a lot of space to explore yet.
Thanks.
Any other question? No? Oh, thank you, guys.